All right, we're going to finish up our look at the Peter Swainson collection with this quad of Chargers, and we'll start out 1969. Got a very nice triple green RTSE. The SE package gave you the leather interior. Some of the other nice trim pieces in this model. It has air conditioning, which is nice. Numbers matching engine, numbers matching torque flight. Again, a nice partial build sheet here. Got two. Came out from under the seat, obviously. Again, column shift because it's got the buddy seat. And it's got the clock in place of the clock and tack. And a push button AM radio, air conditioning controls. There's your SC tag. Orange rear stripe on this car. Now, 69 styling is well noted for this tunnel back rear window, which they eliminated on the Charger 500 and Daytona models. So when the G Series debuted in 1971, these were almost as slick as the Daytona had been in the wind tunnel, soon by cleaning up those body lines. And this is an RT, again, another 440 car. And this one's got a tough wheel, 4-speed, AM/FM cassette, pedal dress-ups, white gut, black graphics. Electronic ignition. Now for 71, the covered headlights were an option. And if you bought the RT, you could opt for them. And Super B, you ended up with the standard grille setup. Front spoiler package on it, rear spoiler package on it. 354 Dana setup. And a sunroof car. Here is also a 440, but again, that's because it's got both air conditioning and cruise control, which were not available on any vehicle that had multiple carburation from Chrysler at that time. So this one's been upgraded with a 4-speed automatic transmission, 8 3/4 rear, front and rear spoilers, dual chrome racing mirrors, and it is a power window car. 1971 Dodge went with this unique styling. If you did not want to opt for the Ram Charger, you could get the slatted hood treatment. Again, black graphics that wrapped around the side of the body. But the coolest thing about this car, again, like column shift, it is power windows, buddy seat, cloth interior, AM/FM radio, pedal dress-ups. Pretty upscale vehicle here. See, the styling for 1971 was radically different from 68 to 70. And this final one is modified. It's again a factory sunroof car here. In gray, beautiful custom interior. A wood grain steering wheel, pistol grip shifter, power windows. And that SRT on the doors belies the fact this car has got a late model Hellcrate put in it. Again, unlike the RTs, the headlight covers have no headlight covers on it. Unlike the other two cars around. So it's got open headlights, and they've gone ahead and converted the inners to work as the inlets for the Hellcat engine. 30 sunroof RTs built in 1971. Dudek was the one who did the conversion here. Full leather interior, 17-inch road wheels, power windows, glass winner, Detroit Autorama. and even a cover car on Hemi's muscle machines. So again, looking at these 4 Chargers here from Peter's collection, can you give me your thoughts on which one you think is the coolest? I think I'm leaning toward the 71 with the white and the sunroof with the air conditioning and cruise control. But they're all groovy, so. And one last look at the final car here, which is not really a fish out of water. It's got a wedge type big block in it. It's a DeSoto Adventurer 361, 345 with dual 4-barrel carburetors. Restored by Bob Schmidt. Post pattern. Got another car that's gotten some attention today, just watching people look by it. And it is pure 1950s inside, from the speckled carpet to the futuristic look of the dash, the low-mounted rearview mirror, upholstery setup. Of course, there were 350 produced in these 3 colors. Gold iridescent was introduced at the Chicago Auto Show in January '58. The rarest DeSoto of the forward-look era, and that 361 with dual 4-barrels was the only engine offered in the Adventurer. Found in Montana. Virtually rust-free and complete. Peter Swainson collection here at Mecum Indy 2026.